be amazing if your sales list could grow all on its own while you're sleeping, working, or focusing on your clients. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to automatically add your warm and your hot leads to your sales list. This alone can help you focus on your highest quality leads. By the end of this video, you are going to know how to use scoring rules to create automatic filtered lists in your Zoho CRM for your sales team to focus on first. All right, let's get into it. Hello, everyone. I am Keitha, your business process automation consultant, and I am here to help you work smarter and not harder. We are going to achieve this in 3 easy steps today. So you're going to know how to create scoring rules. We're going to set up some lead filters, and I'm going to show you how you can track your warm leads. Let's head on over to Zoho CRM. Now, in order to go to the scoring rules, you will go into settings, and under automation, you'll notice scoring rules. Now, these can be used for multiple modules. It doesn't have to be the leads module, but in this example, we are doing some scoring for leads. And so you'll see here, we already have one set up, and basically what you're doing is you're just creating a list of criteria, and based on that criteria, it's going to assign points or give points or maybe subtract points. In this example, we have a field in the CRM leads module called referred by. We all know that if someone's referred to us, that means they are pretty high quality. Someone who already trusts you has referred them, so they are likely to trust you. So we want to give them more points for that. So I'm adding 30 points for that. Lead status, when it is contacted, meaning we have had some type of communication, that's adding 10 points. If it was created within the last 30 days, we're adding another 20 points for that. If there's no email address, we're subtracting 50 because we are going to be sending out emails. This is for campaigns and things like that. So if there's no email address, it doesn't really help. And then if they have a visitor score, there's a way for you to connect your website into Zoho CRM so that it can track the visits. And if you have all of that turned on, you will have a visitor score for each person who's in your CRM and has visited your website. So we're adding 10 points for that. Let me just show you how this works. When you're creating a new one, you're going to name it. It's going to be a manual score. You're going to choose which module. And then within the module, you may have more than one layout. You're going to choose the layout that it'll apply to. And then you simply just set up your criteria. You'll get a list of all of the fields that are in that module. And then you can tell it whether or not you want it to be greater than, equal to, depending on if it's a currency or number field. If it's a text field, maybe it contains or starts with a certain, certain characters. And then this is where you'll assign the points. You'll either add or subtract, and then you can change this number here. And then you just add all of your criteria. Now, our lead scoring is saying if someone is at about 100 points, they're pretty, their highest of quality. If they have 50, we're considering them to be pretty high. If they have a score at all, in this example, we're considering them to be warm leads. Now that is step number 1, just creating your lead scoring. Now, if you need a little bit more information on how to do that, you can check out our YouTube video, Use Lead Scoring to Target Your Best Leads. This video will give you a little bit more detail on how to create your lead scoring rules. My team and I would love to connect with you further. Join us in Successful Community, where together we build successful businesses. Go to community.successfulsolutions.com. See you there. In step number 2, we are going to set up some lead filters to determine which leads are warm and which leads are hot. Now that we have our scores in place, we're going to go over to the leads module. Now, you'll notice we already have these filters here, but I'm going to show you how to create them. In order for you to create a filter, first you're going to just filter the data. So right in here, we have all of our leads. If we want to know if the scoring rule, which our lead scoring rule is called a leads score, so we're going to click on that. And we're looking at the overall score. Let me show you how this looks. All right. In this section here, you're going to see the scoring rules. This is the overall score here. This is the score that we care about in this example. So we're going to say if the score is greater than 0, meaning it has a score, and you have to kind of think through this. What you don't want are leads that are already marked as junk leads, lost leads, and such. So if the lead status is not junk lead, lost lead, or even not qualified, and your options could be different. Your lead status options could be completely different, but if it's someone that is not considered an active lead, you want to weed those out. So now we're going to apply the filter. And then this is where you'll save the filter. You'll give it a name. Warm leads to. And then anytime you want, you can simply click on this filter and it will show you the leads. And then also your team can work from these. Now let's do another. We're going to keep this same criteria, but we're going to keep this one for lead status, but we're going to change this and say if the score is greater than or equal to 50, apply the filter, save the filter, it's hot leads. Okay, and there you go. Now you have filters. Now I want to show you something cool and pretty useful in my opinion. And that is adding that information to your homepage so that when you first log into the account, you can see your hot leads and your warm leads. Now, this also means you can tell what's being worked on or what has been worked on, because let's just say we had 3 hot leads yesterday. When the salesperson goes in to work on those leads, they are simply changing the status of that lead as they're nurturing it so that they can convert them over. Once they've been converted or marked as junk or lost or anything like that, they will no longer show as a hot lead. So this is giving you a pretty good idea of what has been worked on. At least to either conversion or, to a lost lead or to, completion. And the way that we want to do this is we just want to customize our home page. And then of course you can also create an entirely separate page for this. This is where you would create a new home page, but we're going to use the existing manager's home. And so this is where it will land. There will be a dashboard that we're going to create or add this component to, which it's already here, but it's been added to the component on the leads analytics dashboard. And now we're just taking that and we're just adding it. So I literally would click on this and it will appear here. Now, if you go to the analytics section, this is where you can actually create your components. You have many different dashboards here, but because this is in relation to leads, I want to create it or wanted to create it under lead analytics. You just simply add a component. I'm going to use this one, this basic style. I'm going to call it warm leads 2. It is coming from the leads module. And we are going to pull from the scoring rules. That is considered a separate module, if you will. That's the reason why we're using this option here. And then we want the count. We want to know how many leads we have. That criteria will be the same as what we've said before. If the lead status isn't junk, lost, or not qualified, and if our score is greater than the value of 0. And that, I would like to make that for, I'm going to say any leads that are created over the last, I'm just going to say 365 days. That's just the way I like to do things. It should show you a pretty good picture. Like, you don't want to filter down too much. And then we save. And now we have our components here. Warm leads 2. Anytime you click on it, it will literally give you a list of, what those leads are. And you can click on them to go to them directly in the CRM. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate your time. Also, be sure to check out our free training. Learn how to automate your sales process in 60 minutes. How to turn your Zoho CRM into a revenue engine. You can take that at any time. Be sure to check out the link in the description. All right, guys, until next time.